The 7 biggest samurai myths. For many people around the world, the samurai represent the ultimate warrior, masters of the sword, defenders of honor, silent and disciplined men who lived and died by a strict code. But the truth is more complicated, more human, and far more interesting. Today, we're diving into 7 of the most widespread myths about the samurai, ideas repeated in pop culture, but rarely examined through real historical evidence. We'll look at how they fought, what they believed, how they lived, and how their image changed over 1,000 years of history. Some myths contain a grain of truth. Others are almost entirely fiction, but each one tells us something about how societies remember their warriors and how legends grow over time. So let's step into the world of Japan's warrior class, separating myth from reality. People often imagine the samurai as warriors who followed a rigid moral code called Bushido. But historically, Bushido did not exist as a unified, fixed code. During the medieval period, samurai values focused on loyalty, land rights, family alliances, and survival. There was no book called Bushido, and no universal rulebook that all samurai followed. The idea of Bushido as a chivalric code was shaped gradually over centuries and was heavily influenced by peaceful eras when warfare had largely disappeared. In other words, medieval samurai acted based on circumstances, not an unchanging warrior code. The katana is iconic, but it was not the primary weapon of samurai warriors for most of Japanese history. In early and medieval periods, samurai relied mainly on longbows yumi, spears yari, polearms like naginata, and later, firearms. Swords were often secondary weapons used when other tools were unavailable. The katana became symbolically powerful, but on the battlefield, it was far from the main weapon of war. Not all samurai lived noble lives. Many lower-ranking samurai struggled financially, living in modest homes and working side jobs just to support their families. The wealthy, refined samurai class represented only a fraction of the warrior population. Most lived practical, sometimes difficult lives far removed from idealized images. The daisho, long sword and short sword, became a symbol of samurai identity in later periods, but samurai did not always carry both indoors. The long sword was removed while traveling or on certain duties. Some samurai carried only one sword. Dual sword combat existed in some schools but was never the standard method of fighting. The idea that samurai always chose death is an exaggeration based on certain rituals and later romanticism. In reality, many samurai surrendered, retreated, negotiated, or switched sides, depending on circumstances. Survival and loyalty to family often outweighed dramatic self-sacrifice. While most samurai were men, there were women of samurai rank, including trained fighters known as onna bugeisha. They defended their homes, fought in battles, and played crucial political roles within warrior families. Samurai culture changed dramatically over nearly 1,000 years. Early samurai were frontier warriors. Medieval samurai were power brokers. Later samurai became administrators, teachers, and bureaucrats. There was no single samurai era. Their identity evolved continuously. The samurai were not mythic heroes, they were real people shaped by war, politics, economics, and changing social systems. Understanding the truth behind the myths doesn't diminish their legacy, it enriches it, because the real story is far more fascinating than the legend. Thank you for watching. Japan's history still hides countless secrets, and we're just getting started. If you want to uncover more mysteries of samurai, ninja, and ancient Japan, subscribe and join us on this journey through time.